So now let's talk about where medical writers tend to work. And I have broken this down so that it is by the type of medical writing so that it's much easier to understand. I will say that sometimes some of these places and roles will overlap, but in general, you'll find that these types of medical writers tend to work in these types of institutions. So let's start with regulatory writers. So regulatory writers tend to write in pharma or biopharma, biotech, medical device. They're also independent medical affairs agencies that need regulatory writers as well as clinical research. And of course, because regulatory writers are going to write content that allows companies to present regulatory documents to the government so that a drug or medical device or a piece of equipment that is used in the production of these things is approved, you tend to work in these areas. So that's for regulatory writers. Then when we come to medical writers that are focused on marketing, you may find that you tend to work within a marketing agency. That's where I started my medical writing career. Or you may be working within a marketing department of a life science or healthcare or medical company, even sometimes marketing within a higher education institution. Okay. And so marketing medical writers tend to work, or maybe even PR agencies that focus on life and health science businesses. Okay, so if you're a marketing writer, these are the places that you could expect to work. As a writer in the medical education space, you may be working with medical publishers, medical education companies that produce tests, or medical education companies, or you could be working within medical education departments within higher ed or industry. So these education departments or education publishing, or sometimes you may even be working within, you're the person that everybody sends their papers to edit and go through within a higher ed department. Okay. And so really with medical education writers, you could be writing anywhere, but these are the places that tend to need your services the most. Again, technical writers, I would say similarly, you're needed in these spaces. But technical writers are needed everywhere. Technical writers could be working within an agency. They could be working within biotech. They could be working within pharma. So these people could be basically working anywhere where technical expertise is needed when it comes to writing a piece of material, whether that's a manual, an application note, a white paper. I'll talk more about the different types of documents that you may encounter as a medical writer later on. But these are the places essentially that you could expect to work. This by all means is not an exhaustive list. I didn't even mention hospitals. I feel like within healthcare systems, I've seen people who are writers, have doctoral backgrounds, and are writers within hospital systems. Okay, so there are all these places where you really could shine as a medical/science writer. So don't think that your options are limited.